What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is Cyrax, so we're back with another Mortal Kombat video. I know it's been a little while since we made a Mortal Kombat video, and that's mainly because I've been a little distracted with other games I've been playing. The first Ascendant and then the Throne and Liberty. That game is so fun. But anyways, so I wanted to go back and I wanted to look at the endings for the other characters that I haven't checked out yet. I've beaten the game with Sektor, so obviously I already know the ending for Sektor, which I have a lot of complaints with, or like stuff. I don't know if I would say complaints, but stuff that kind of doesn't make sense, and we'll talk about it as we go through the video. But I want to check out if the endings are canon or non-canon, because like just from the jump, it seems like Sektor's ending is canon, but we'll see, because like these are DLC characters, so maybe like the DLC characters canons or non-canon, but we'll see if it makes sense for the rest of the characters. So anyways, we're gonna check this we're gonna check out the endings here, and we're gonna just talk about the endings and see if they make sense, and what impact they could have down the future of Mortal Kombat 1. And I kind of want to talk about I want to talk about the kind of the state of Chaos Reigns too. So if we have some time, maybe we'll do it at the end of this video, or we'll make another video talking about that, because there's a lot of negativity revolving around Chaos Reigns.
Though Kuai Liang had accepted me as a Shirai Ryu, many of his warriors could not. The bloodshed at the wedding had left many injured and scarred. Their hearts understandably simmered in bitterness. It boiled over one day as we trained. A push became a shove, and suddenly I was fighting for my life. After he intervened, Kuai Liang...
I mean, but can you really blame the Shiryu? Dude, because of the attack of the Lin Kuei, people were killed, people were injured, and people are probably still recovering from that aspect of it. So I don't blame the Shiryu for wanting to get revenge for their fallen brothers and sisters, because at the end of the day, it's they were the enemy. Cyrax led the charge alongside Sektor and Sub-Zero, so she's not without blame, and to think otherwise is crazy. Obviously they should have done Kuai Liang should have known better than to just try to integrate Cyrax in without making sure the clan was okay with it.
And banished the instigators. It made me ill how my presence was disrupting the clan. It was no way to repay Kuai Liang's mercy. So I offered to resign and asked for those who attacked me to be reinstated. But instead of ending my time with the Shirai Ryu, my gesture heralded a new beginning. It gave those still resentful of me pause, enough for them to permit me a fair chance to prove myself. Given the circumstances, it is all I can ask.
This is it's not a bad ending, but I don't know, it's a little lackluster. I feel like Cyrax should have had a better ending than that. Obviously the clan felt some type of way about her in the beginning, and then just by her wanting to quit the clan and leave because of what happened, it doesn't matter. Even if she would have left, there's a stain on their honor, bro, because at the end of the day, they went against the Grandmaster's wishes in terms of accepting Cyrax into the clan. But I guess this is more of a it's okay. I give it a C. It's a C. I give it a C.
Though I had returned to the temple after Titan Havoc's defeat, I remained livid. Livid with Bihan's foolishness, Kuai Liang's betrayal, and Cyrax's defection to his Shirai Ryu. So when Quan Chi arrived to parley, offering...
Let's talk about that. Okay. Sub-Zero's foolishness, I get. Kuai Liang's betrayal? What the hell are you talking about? Y'all betrayed Kuai Liang. Kuai Liang goes by the way the Lin Kuei is supposed to go. The principles of the Lin Kuei is what Kuai Liang does. Y'all are the ones that betrayed him, and y'all betrayed the Lin Kuei really in this timeline, because the Lin Kuei in this timeline were meant to be the guardians of Earthrealm. but because of your actions, it resulted in Kuai Liang leaving the clan and creating the Shiryu to protect Earthrealm, since you guys abandoned your duties as the guardians of Earthrealm alongside the Shallow monks. So I don't really understand why you're saying Kuai Liang's betrayal when you're the one that betrayed them, but it is what it is. And then Cyrax is obviously gonna betray you because Cyrax is a warrior, and like she's a warrior of good. She always wants to protect Earthrealm versus just like trying to destroy it. That's the kind of like person Cyrax is. So I don't really understand that.
To eliminate the upstart clan, I listened. For his services, Quan Chi asked that I retrieve an amulet that was locked away in the Temple of the Elements. No small task, given its wards and guardians. The one worth undertaking, if it would finish the Lin Kuei's rivals.
Okay, so let's talk about this, right? The amulet of Shinnok. Now, why does it still exist? The Shinnok from that timeline is dead. That whole timeline was wiped. After the defeat of Shang Tsung, his timeline was destroyed. So, what is going on, and why is the amulet still a thing in this timeline? What is anchoring this amulet into our new timeline? Because the Shinnok of our timeline is depowered. And first of all, why does Quan Chi know about the amulet? Quan Chi wasn't around in the story for the amulet. Quan Chi was like away. At that point, it was only Shao Kahn that was bad guy wise, Shao Kahn and Rico. Like those were the only two that was there during that period. Quan Chi wasn't around and Shang Tsung wasn't around because they were doing something else. So I'm a little confused on why Quan Chi knows about the amulet. Maybe when he was studying his dark magic, but even then, there should be no books or anything talking about this this amulet because it doesn't exist in our timeline. So I'm a little confused on why the amulet is still here, and two, why does Quan Chi know about it? Quan Chi doesn't know about Shinnok. This Quan Chi never wasn't born in the Netherrealm, but he's an outworlder. So I'm a little confused on how Quan Chi knows about the amulet and just this whole thing. I know they're trying to like continue with the same story, kind of like a little bit different. You know, obviously there's a points in the story that's supposed to be set, and like I made a video about this a long time ago, like when the game first came out, and I had just completed the story when Kenshi lost his eyesight, and I made a video talking about, is the events fixed? Are points fixed? Are there fixed points in Mortal Kombat? And obviously there are, because Noob Saibot still saying Kenshi gets Kenshi gets blind again. Melina still becomes half Tarkatan somehow because of it being the disease rather than her being born half Tarkatan from being a clone from Kitana. Like you got Shao Kahn betraying Sindel and trying to become a conqueror again, and you have the Lin Kuei trying to destroy the Shiryu again, while also like trying to grab the amulet of Shinnok. Like so many weird things going on in the story, which makes it a little weird, but you know, let's continue.
But before I could find the amulet, I found Bihan. There he was, imprisoned and forgotten, when Liu Kang had promised to restore him. As I rescued Bihan, all thought of retrieving Quan Chi's treasure was quickly forgotten. I will never forgive Liu Kang for this betrayal. That he is a god will not stop me from seeking vengeance.
Okay. One, Liu Kang isn't a god, he's a titan now. He's no longer a god. After he got his powers back, he became a titan again. Which, number two is, I feel like Sektor is jumping the gun in her ending. Specifically because instead of just talking to Liu Kang about why Bihan is in whatever that thing is, the funeral, whatever that tomb like thing is, to keep him under to keep him in a coma, induced coma pretty much. Instead of talking to him, she just pulls him out because he listened to her so well the last time they were together. Like Bihan right now is not in a state of mind to listen to anybody. His anger and the newfound power is clouding his judgment to the point where he doesn't really control what he's doing. Like, he's more fueled by his anger. Like that, like this goes to show you when they're in the fight with when he tried to fight Liu Kang, like all that. It doesn't make sense, bro. Like, and I just feel like Sektor's jumping the gun instead of just like talking to Liu Kang first, because she wasn't around when Liu Kang was talking to Kuai Liang about restoring Bi-Han back to normal. So it is what it is. But Sektor, I feel like this ending is a little weird. She's jumping a gun versus just talking to Liu Kang and seeing what's happening.
As I regained consciousness, I regained my memories. My transformation into a creature of chaos. My defeat of Titan Havoc. And my failed confrontation of Liu Kang. Sektor was obsessed with finding the means to purge my soul of Titan Havoc's corruption.
Okay, I kind of want to talk about this right quick. The ending of what you call it, Chaos Reigns, was Noob Saibot defeating Titan Havoc. I think Mortal Kombat has a power scaling issue, and I say this because, like, especially in the more recent games, the scaling of powers just kind of doesn't make sense when you look back at the old fights, right? Let's talk about Mortal Kombat 9, where Johnny Cage gets defeated by Scorpion. He gets defeated by Scorpion, but then later on in the story, he's able to defeat Shinnok, which makes no freaking sense, because you can't even deal with a character that like is a minion at that point. And he's, I mean, granted, it's still Scorpion, but like, you get defeated by Scorpion, but somehow it could beat Shinnok. It just doesn't make sense, right? And Bi-Han being able to defeat Havoc doesn't even make more sense, because Havoc is a Titan. The Titans are stronger than Elder Gods. But somehow, because he got infused with the chaos, he's somehow able to defeat Havoc. Which, again, is weird. Which, Havoc being able to defeat Liu Kang is also really weird, too, if you really think about it. Liu Kang being trained from birth to fight, and then him also being the chosen one, and then also add the Titan abilities on him. If we're talking about power scaling, he shouldn't be able to defeat him. If we're being honest, like, Liu Kang really shouldn't lose a fight. But, you know, in terms of, like, the fights, they have to continue. They have to make the characters look like they're being defeated, that they can be beat. And I just think it's more of like a plot. When the plot armor is, who has the plot armor at this point of the story for the more recent Mortal Kombat? Because Johnny Cage couldn't defeat Sindel, but somehow was able to defeat Shinnok, which makes no sense. So the power scaling, there's a lot of a power scaling issue in Mortal Kombat, which I wish they would rectify that shit and just like make it so, like, you know, this person cannot defeat this person and keep it that way, instead of having this person be able to be defeated by Scorpion but then somehow beats Shinnok. It's just like, at this point, it's just like, who has the plot armor at this point in terms of like the story wise, which I just think it's kind of annoying, bro, because Bi-Han shouldn't be able to defeat Titan Havoc. Even if he has the power of the chaos, he's still a Titan, bro.
She was shocked when I told.
Think about it. Liu Kang couldn't even defeat Kronika without the powers of Raiden. He had to be a god to be able to contend with Kronika. So, like, that is my issue with the way Chaos Reigns ended, because Noob Saibot is nowhere near god tier level. So it doesn't even make sense why he was able to defeat Titan Havoc. You know, and then on top of that, add on to the point where he had the Kami Dogus too. Like, it wasn't like Titan Havoc wasn't powered up. He wasn't even powered further with the Kami Dogus, but somehow Noob Saibot was still able to overcome all of that. Overcome his Titan abilities, overcome his Kami Dogus, overcome like eons worth of battle experience. It's the plot armor, bro. Like, that's what it is. The plot armor. At that point, he had the plot armor. Like, it's just too many inconsistencies with these characters. Like, as much as I love Mortal Kombat, I actually did like a lot of the Chaos Reigns story. I thought like the Tanya and Reigns story was actually really cool, and a bunch of the other parts. But like, there are some inconsistencies that like kind of like are a little weird.
Told her she should do no such thing. Infusing my soul with chaos did not damage me. It enriched me. By embracing randomness and chance, I have unlocked vast new powers. My combat is less predictable, more formidable, and radically more lethal. Titan Havoc gave me these gifts to use in fomenting his chaos. Instead, I will use them to fight for the Lin Kuei. Liu Kang, the Shaolin, my brother and his clan, will yield in terror when confronted by my perfection.
Okay, let's talk about this real quick, right? One, what is with this perfection bullshit they have Bihan saying over and over again? Like, is he perfect Cell? Like, this is Dragon Ball Z? Like, I'm sick of hearing that shit. That perfection shit is annoying. Like, bro, like, why do they have Bihan saying that shit? Like, it's freaking weird. And two, I think this ending's not canon because obviously, just look at it. Like, you have Kung Lao dying. It looks like, whoever the fuck that is. It's kind of hard to see. Someone's getting their head chopped off. You have Shaolin Monks in the back dying. What you call it? Garrus has got holes punched through his body. Like, this is clearly not a non-canon ending, or at least like him breaking out of the Temple of Elements is probably canon, but him being able to kill Kung Lao and the rest of them, I don't find that to be real. I think this is a non-canon ending. I think, if I'm being honest, I think most of these endings are probably non-canon, seeing as like this stuff happened. I think only the people's endings are probably canon are probably like in the main story, unless like maybe some of it is of their ending is canon, but a lot of it won't be, because like even in Mortal Kombat 3, like Cyrax's ending had Cyrax malfunctioning, but he defeated Shao Kahn, which no, this didn't happen. He was still malfunctioning, but he didn't defeat Shao Kahn. So maybe that's like doing that. They kind of going that route again, where they have him escape from the Temple Elements, which, you know, is fine, but whatever. Okay, so let's talk about you know, the end. This how Chaos reigns as a whole. That's like, I don't know what is the, okay. So I'm a part of a lot of Mortal Kombat groups, and a lot of like people feel a little disdain for, you know, Chaos Reigns. You know, actually, matter of fact, we're gonna do a video. We're gonna do a video on that by itself, because otherwise this video is gonna be way too long. We'll do another video about that. I want to get my thoughts on the Chaos Reigns. Yeah, just the post. I want to be able to articulate these thoughts in a longer video, because I think that like the Chaos Reigns is important to Mortal Kombat 1's future. So I need a whole video just to talk about that aspect of it. But anyways, guys, yeah, so these endings were okay. I kind of like Sektor's ending, if I'm being honest. Like, although I think that her motives are like kind of weird in terms of why she wants to get revenge against Liu Kang, and I doubt she'll be able to achieve that just because of how strong Liu Kang actually is. Like, if they were to go by the actual lore of Liu Kang and him being the chosen one as well as the Titan, like, it just doesn't make sense for a regular assassin to be able to defeat Liu Kang. But I think Sektor's ending gets a B, just because I think overall like it's cool, and then also it's like a callback to mythologies with Sub-Zero. And then Sub-Zero's ending is just bullshit. Bihan's ending is bullshit. The whole ending is just weird. The constant overuse of like perfection with Noob Saibot's character, on top of that with you know, him not wanting to go back to normal, and just like the ending itself it's okay, I guess. I give his and Cyrax probably a C. I think Noob Saibot's ending, obviously it's not canon, so like that also has something to do with the grading of it. Like, if I felt like this was a more realistic ending, then maybe I could like grade it a little bit higher. But Noob Saibot not wanting to turn back to normal, and now using his powers to stay with the Lin Kuei, especially like with Noob Saibot, like after he got resurrected as a race, he wanted nothing to do with the Lin Kuei. Like, he wanted to make his own clan of the Brotherhood of Shadows. Like, that's like where he wanted to go with it. So it's a little weird that Bihan wants to go back to Lin Kuei and lead the Lin Kuei as Noob Saibot. So maybe they just forgot that's how his character is, or maybe they want to go a different route with it. You know, I don't know. But Noob Saibot's ending, I don't know. I don't really like. I think it's just, you know, I just think it's non-canon, and like this is probably one of my least favorite endings in Mortal Kombat right now. Just because I just don't think it's realistic, and like this is like against Noob's character of wanting to go back to Lin Kuei. Like, I feel like he would, if he was gonna be the Noob Saibot that we know, he would just want to create his own clan of Shadow Warriors versus like being in the the Lin Kuei again. But that's my opinion on it. What do you guys think? How do you guys grade the endings? I just think that Noob Saibot's ending is a little weird, just because like it doesn't appeal to any of the lore of his character. But yeah, that's my only gripe with it. And also, like, you know, my gripe was the power scaling. Obviously, we talked about it. But what do you guys think about the power scaling in Mortal Kombat, and like how it just seems like the plot armor thing in Mortal Kombat is like what is leading it to where it needs to be, in terms of like characters that are able to defeat other characters they shouldn't be able to defeat, such as, you know, Johnny Cage defeating Shinnok, yada yada yada. So Bihan being able to defeat Titan Havoc, where it makes no sense, where he isn't, when Titan Havoc is overpowered by the end of the story. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and I'm out of here. Peace.